For fans of General Hospital, few characters have left as indelible a mark as Dr. Britt Westbourne, affectionately and infamously known as the Britch. In a development that has sent shockwaves through the soap opera community, Emmy-winning actress Kelly Thibault has officially confirmed what many have long speculated: Britt is coming back. After more than 2 years presumed dead following her shocking murder at the hands of the deranged serial killer known as the Hook, Britt's return is not only canon, it's imminent. But this isn't merely a casting update. This is the rebirth of a woman whose exit gutted the audience and shattered hearts, particularly that of Jason Morgan. Now, with Thibault stepping once again into Britt's designer shoes, viewers can prepare for one of the most highly anticipated resurrections in recent GH history. Britt Westbourne's tragic demise in 2023 marked the end of an era. After becoming a central figure in Port Charles, revered by some, reviled by others, she was unceremoniously murdered in a brutal twist orchestrated by Heather Weber, who at the time was moonlighting as the infamous serial killer known as the Hook. The loss left Jason reeling, fans devastated, and the canvas emptier for her absence. Despite her past transgressions, Britt had evolved into one of the show's most complex and ultimately redemptive characters, making her death feel cruelly unjust. Yet, as soap fans know all too well, death in Port Charles is often a flexible concept, especially when a beloved character is involved. In a recent sit-down with TV Insider, Thibault didn't just confirm Britt's return. She embraced it with palpable excitement. She spoke candidly about how much she missed the character, how lucky she feels to be stepping back into a role that has offered such depth and transformation, and how eager she is to reconnect with the fans who never stopped asking for Britt's return. According to Thibault, the storyline that brings Britt back will be filled with layers, emotional, romantic, and perhaps even dangerous. The actress's enthusiasm suggests that the writers have crafted something far more ambitious than a simple resurrection. This is a calculated re-entry that could tilt the balance of Port Charles in unexpected ways. Viewers got their first cryptic glimpse of Britt's return during the July 18 episode, when Jason, in a rare moment of downtime at the Paris airport, spotted a woman who bore an uncanny resemblance to Britt. His reaction was instant and visceral. He leapt from his seat, heart pounding, rushing toward the terminal in a futile attempt to stop a departing flight. While he ultimately failed to intercept her, the emotional weight of the moment was unmistakable. Jason's guarded expression crumbled, revealing a storm of longing, disbelief, and heartbreak. For someone like Jason Morgan, whose emotional range is often locked behind stoicism, this moment spoke volumes. The show has since been dropping subtle hints that Britt's death may have been a ruse, or at the very least, a mistake. Given the chaos surrounding her supposed murder, it's entirely plausible that someone else was mistakenly identified as Britt. Or perhaps someone intervened at the last moment, saving her life and spiriting her away into hiding for her protection. Either way, the question is no longer whether she's alive, but why she stayed away, and what she's been doing all this time. And most crucially, what will happen when she finally steps foot back into Port Charles? Jason's involvement adds an emotional powder keg to the situation. Their romance, one of the more unexpected yet beloved pairings in recent GH memory, ended not with a breakup but with bloodshed. Fans never got closure, Jason never got to say goodbye. The prospect of these two reuniting under such dramatically heightened circumstances is already generating a frenzy among longtime viewers. Thibault herself admitted to rooting for a rekindling of the Britt-Jason dynamic, suggesting that their chemistry, charged, conflicted, and undeniably potent, will once again become a centerpiece of the narrative. But this is General Hospital, and no return from the dead is ever clean. Britt's resurrection is certain to unleash a series of consequences across multiple character arcs. Questions will arise about what really happened the night she was supposedly murdered, what secrets she might be harboring, and how her reappearance will affect her old rivals and allies alike. Will Britt come back seeking revenge, redemption, or something entirely different? Could she have been manipulated into silence by a larger conspiracy? Or did she disappear of her own volition to escape a fate she saw unfolding? Whatever the case, Port Charles will not be the same. Britt's absence left power vacuums in places fans may not have noticed until now. Her influence on the hospital staff, her complicated history with characters like Liesl Albrecht and Nina Reeves, her flirtations with danger, all of it contributed to a volatile presence that kept both viewers and fellow characters on edge. Her return could ignite dormant tensions, reignite old friendships, and even resurrect forgotten vendettas. Moreover, it could open doors to darker storylines surrounding Heather Weber, the WSB, and other shadowy forces that may have had a hand in Britt's disappearance. Behind the scenes, the decision to bring back Britt reflects GH's willingness to listen to its audience. Fans never truly accepted her death. Social media campaigns, fan petitions, and constant speculation about her possible return kept Britt's spirit alive even when she wasn't on screen. By reintroducing her now, the show not only honors that devotion but also leverages it into a powerful storytelling device. Few things resonate more with soap audiences than the triumphant return of a fallen heroine, especially one who's fought her way back from the edge of oblivion. Thibault's return also invites new narrative possibilities. Given how much has changed in Port Charles since 2023, Britt's journey home will be as much about rediscovery as it is about revelation. She may find herself navigating a town that moved on without her, reconnecting with people who thought they had mourned her for good, and confronting truths about herself that she couldn't face before. It's a resurrection story, yes, but also a redemption arc, another chance for a character who was never content to be just one thing, villain, victim, or vixen. Fans should prepare for a dramatic build-up as the show peels back the layers of how Britt survived, who helped her, and why now is the moment she's choosing to return. Was she working undercover? Was she held captive by someone with their own agenda? Was she a patient in a secret facility, recovering from life-threatening injuries while the world assumed she was gone? Each theory adds another twist to the mystery, and each new episode promises to inch closer to the truth. No matter how her reappearance is ultimately explained, one thing is certain, Britt Westbourne's return will not be a quiet affair. Whether she arrives with a new sense of purpose or a thirst for vengeance, she will shake the foundations of Port Charles like an earthquake. Her name alone is enough to send ripples across hospital corridors and downtown streets alike. She is a woman whose mere presence alters the chemistry of every room she walks into, and now she's back. For Jason, this could mean a second chance at a love that fate cruelly interrupted. For the audience, it's a reward for their patience and loyalty. And for Kelly Thibault, it's a triumphant homecoming to the role that made her unforgettable. Britt Westbourne is alive. She's returning to General Hospital. And Port Charles better be ready.